Okay, we did it. We did it. Okay, so let us do some word problems. We got 4 of them today, but they're like a little bit harder than yesterday's 4. And we got these, then 2 days of review, then a quiz on Friday. Don't forget, quiz on Friday. Don't forget, don't come in and think, oh man, we have a quiz. What the heck? This is the first I'm hearing about it. No, you're hearing about it now. Quiz on Friday. Word problems, part 2. Today we're doing a lot more with 2 variables. And sometimes it's hard to tell if you need 2 inequalities or 1 inequality. So I said, okay, I'll just give you like a little setup so you know what to expect. And I'm planning on doing this for the quiz as well. All right, so let's get into it. Sarah is selling bracelets and earrings to make money for summer vacation. The bracelets cost $2. Okay, let me underline some stuff. Bracelets cost $2 and earrings cost $3. She wants to make at least $500. Write and graph an inequality to represent the income for the jewelry sold. Okay, all right, watch this. So we got 2 types of things. So we're going, oh, hey, Angelica. Will you grab a set of notes from the yellow? Good go, good go. Okay, we got 2 types of things. We got earrings and we got bracelets. So those 2 things are going to be my 2 variables, or like bracelet sales and earring sales. So I'm going to let X be bracelet sales. Usually that's the thing. If you're like selling 2 things or buying 2 types of things, that's the type of thing you want to do. Thank you. Oh. Dang it. Okay. All right, bracelet sales, Y represents earring sales. Earring sales. All right, cool. And then for the inequality, here's the part where you guys might have to think. The bracelets cost $2, the earrings cost $3 if you want to make at least $500. How do I write that in math? Yeah, Violet.
2x plus 3y is greater than.
Nice. All right, make sure you got that, and make sure you know where these are coming from. 2 for every bracelet sale plus $3 for every earring sale should be at least 500. That's what that should look like. Cool. Okay, and then it just says, okay, graph this so you can see a visual representation of how much she has to sell to make her 500. So all right, let's graph it. Except I can't graph it right now. Hopefully by now you realize. So what do I have to do to start graphing this? All right, good job, good job. Let's solve it for y. That means get the x to the other side. If by now you haven't figured out the pattern, you always want to get the y by itself. You start by subtracting the 2x. All right, so here's me doing that. Minus 2x minus 2x. All right, that'll be 3y on the left is greater than or equal to 500 minus 2x, or I like to write it as negative 2x plus 500. Okay, by now you should see the pattern. It should always just be, your next step would be 3y, you move this over and it becomes negative, and then plus the guy that was already there. All right, then you divide everything by 3. Let's do that. Okay, I'm dividing everything by 3. Does that mean I should flip this or no way?
No.
No way, because I'm dividing by positive, you guys. All right, negative 2 over 3, that doesn't divide nicely. You keep that a fraction. That's fine because that's your slope. 500 over 3 also doesn't divide. So I guess you could keep it a fraction, but when it comes to graphing it, you're going to wish that was a decimal. So let's get that as a decimal. Luckily, I did it earlier. Yeah. This ends up being 166 and 2/3, so 0.667, or like 66 repeating. Okay. And if you're wondering how come you kept this one a fraction and this one a decimal, it's because the y-intercept, we need to know what the number is so we can actually plot it, and this is easier just to like count down 2 and over 3, rather than having this as like negative 0.66. That doesn't mean anything to us in terms of slopes. Okay, so now we can graph this, and it'll be weird because we have a decimal here, but it's the same process. 166.667, that's going to be, like, I don't know, around here maybe? Between 150 and 200, that's too high, but that's the smartboard calibration. And then from there, we count down 2 and to the right 3. So don't count, like, if you count a full unit down, you're still going to be like between two numbers. You see what I mean? So don't count down like, okay, my next little line is 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. No, you got to count down a whole unit. So this would be like 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So you'll still be between numbers. You see what I mean? This one is weird and annoying because of the decimal. They won't always be like this. But hopefully you see what I mean. You got to count down 2 whole units, not just to the next line. All right, cool. And then you do the same thing, but actually I'm out of room. So those are the only 2 points you have. So you got to try to make a really straight line from there. Let's see how well I can do. That's pretty good. All right, cool. Then I actually should have asked you if I should have connected that with a solid or a dotted line, but hopefully you all agree that it should have been solid because it's greater than or equal to, and then where should I shade, above or below that line? Good job. Okay, shade above this, so that's going to look like, I'll do it in gray. That's going to look something like this. Cool! And then hopefully you remember, that means that anything in this region is a possible solution. So what one possible solution just means, well, do you guys remember what that means? What's it mean? When it asks me, what is one possible solution?
Pick a point anywhere in the shaded spot.
Nice, pick a point anywhere in the shaded spot. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just gonna pick, I don't know, this one. You can choose any of them. Okay, so then one possible solution to the inequality, in other words, what is one possible combination of sales between bracelets and earrings that will make us the $500? And according to our graph, we could sell, well, remember X was bracelets. Bracelets. And Y was earrings. This is Y. Earrings. All right, so according to our graph, we could sell 300 bracelets and 100 wait, what? Yeah, 100 earrings. And that would give us at least $500. Sweet. All right, good job, good job. Hopefully this is making sense. Any questions on this? I think once you see 1 or 2, then you should be good. So let's do the next one together. And this one I actually, I didn't read it closely enough when I was typing it up because I only gave you a spot for 1 inequality, but this one should have 2 inequalities. It's a system. So give yourself another blank for inequality 2. You'll see what I mean. I just didn't read it closely enough when I was typing it up. Okay. And then before I say anything, see if you can handle it. It's very, very similar to this. Now you have 2 inequalities, though. Hey, will you grab one from the yellow? Okay. You really have to, or you just bored? Okay. Try. Try. At least think about, okay, what do the variables represent? I'm doing two types of things. Okay, all right, so what are the two types of things? Think about it. Then the two inequalities have to do with, it says you can have at most 10 hours and you need to make at least $56. So those are like little keywords that you look for. Try. You got a pencil you need one?
Yeah.
Like, I won't get it.
It's not correct.
Right?
I don't find some.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I can find some from the chop off and bring it over.
Yeah.
And I don't think it.
Yeah, no, I don't have that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, I'll grab them later.
What you say the first one? Money one? Nice. Good job. Yeah, there's a money one and then there's an hours one. An hours one would be like okay. Well, all the hours spent house cleaning plus all the hours spent at your sales job should be at most 10. In other words, X, all the house cleaning hours, plus Y, all the sales hours should be less than 30.
So is it X plus Y is greater than less than 10?
Yeah, that's
Also red.
Wait, what?
what?
It's always like this.
That's represents the house cleaning hours. And then we have another. What I'm about to go over.
This one? And this one?
Okay. No, this one's fine. Yeah. This is 5. This is like house cleaning hours. This is sales hours, like work. Because $5 per hour, that would be like 5X. $8 per hour, that would be 8Y. These are hours that you're talking about. You're fine. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's go over this. Hopefully you guys all saw, oh, there's two types of jobs here. There's house cleaning, which pays you that much per hour, and there's sales, which pays you this much per hour. So what did you say your X represented? Yeah, this should be house cleaning hours. All right, and then what did you say Y represented? Yeah, sales hours. All right, cool. Then you should have two inequalities. Like I said, you got one that has to do with hours, one that has to do with money. So what do you guys say was one of your inequalities?
5X plus 9X greater than. No, other way.
Well, this is actually correct. You said it correct. Yeah, because you want to make more than $56. You don't want to make at most $56. You don't want to limit on how much you make.
Then what do you think the other one because if we wanted to make more than greater?
Yeah.
No.
This is the amount I'm making. $5 per hour house cleaning, $8 per hour sales. This is how much I'm making. And I want the stuff I make to be bigger than 56. Yeah, at least 56. What's the confusion? No, I'm making this much. Look, let me put the 56 in.
What do you think another M?
I'm making this much.
I understand how the problem works.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, then I'm answering your question. I'm making this much. If I want the alligator to be eating the bigger thing, then I want it to be eating the stuff I'm making rather than the 56. Compared to 56, what I have should be bigger. I should have more than $56. So the little alligator's eating the bigger one. Okay, think about it. If it was facing the other way, it'd be wrong. It would be eating the 56, saying the 56 is more than what I'm making. All right, so that's one inequality. That's the money one. Did you guys come up with the second one, the one about the hours?
X plus Y.
Nice. It's telling you can't work more than 10 hours. So all your hours house cleaning plus all your sales hours cannot be more than 10. In other words, X plus Y can be at most 10, less than or equal to 10.
I gotta tell you.
Nice.
Number 8.
I smile at that. Yeah, these ones with the X plus Y are not super easy to see. All right, cool. So now we have to graph both of those, shade the thing, and then find where they overlap and all that. But we know how to do that by now, I hope. But if not, okay, let's go over it. I'm trying to graph this. Please do not start graphing it right now because you can't. You need to get the Y by itself. So let me just make sure. How do I start to get the Y by itself there?
Subtract 5x.
Thank you. Good job. Okay, so let's make that blue. Now, what color do we want to make it?
Green.
You said green or gray?
Green.
Okay, green.
The other one, please. Yeah, that one.
All right,
Which one are you taking 7?
What is?
56.
Also,
Okay, so subtract 5x from both sides. Here's me doing that. Minus 5x, minus 5x. You end up with 8y is greater than or equal to 56 minus 5x. Or the way I like to write it is like this. Remember, negative 5x plus 56. Why do you write it like that? Because then it looks like mx plus b. All right, then you should, well, let me ask you, what do I do next?
Divide by 8.
Yeah, right, divide only one side by 8, right?
No, the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing, you guys. Don't just divide one thing or two things. Sometimes you guys do crazy things. Divide the whole thing by 8. That means each term. Okay, that gets me 8y. I don't flip the sign because 8 is positive. Negative 5 divided by 8, you can't do. Keep that a fraction because that's your slope anyway. 56 divided by 8, you guys know that one? Nice. Okay, so that's a 7. And there's your first inequality, a green one. Okay, so maybe we graph that Rn. Yeah, let's just graph it Rn. Let's take care of this new stuff. Should that be a solid line or a dotted line?
Solid.
That should be solid because there's a little line under here. And then do I shade below it or above it? I smile at you guys. Good job. Cool. Okay, so let's graph this. Plus 7, that means start at 7 on the y-axis, and then go down 5 and to the right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm out of room, so try to keep it as straight as you can. What? All right, there's a decent line, and then we said it's a solid line, and I shade above it. So let me shade it lightly in gray. Come on. Okay. Shade it lightly in gray because I gotta graph and shade the other one, so I don't want it to be too dark. Okay. Are you with me so far? Okay, all right, okay. Then we do the second inequality. So let's make that what color? Yeah, orange. All right, the second inequality is this one, the hours one. So, okay, I can't graph it yet. I need the y by itself. There's only one step to this one, is the good news. That would be what? Like, to get the y by itself. Oh, you kids. How do I get this y by itself, please? Okay. minus X. I feel like that too, and then I grade your tests.
Oh. You didn't go there. You didn't have to go there.
Y is less than or equal to negative X plus 10. All right, cool. Then the Y is now by itself. I don't have to divide by anything or anything like that. All right, negative 10 plus X. Let's take care of this new stuff. Should I connect this with a solid or dotted line? I smile. And then do I shade below or above that line? I smile at below. Good job.
What?
Because it's less than or equal to.
I have the thingy that tells me to do a plot.
No, the thing
hold
to.
up. Okay.
I think you should what I do.
Okay. I think.
Yeah, if it's Y is less than, then that means give me all the Y coordinates that are smaller than the actual line. That means below the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it just takes, until you do it enough times,
I see.
it might be confusing, but eventually it'll like click and become no big deal. Anyway, all right, you start at 10 and then it's got a slope of negative 1 over 1, remember that? All right, so let's do that. That would be here, 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 here. Solid line, we said, and I shade below it. Okay, here's me shading below it. Like I said before, if you weren't here, I'm going to repeat myself. So you don't let the stuff that you've already done influence your shading. You're just looking at this orange line and you're just shading below it, and then you look for the intersection later, the overlap. Okay, so below this orange line, without paying attention to anything else, that would be here. Oh, okay, and now I see the overlap. The overlap region is this part right here. So you shade that really dark. Cool. Okay. So then there we go. We did all the hard work now. It just is asking me what's one possible solution to the what's it called, system of inequalities. So just remind me one last time. How do I do that? What do I do for that?
Find the point in the dark shade.
Yeah, go to the dark shaded and then just choose a point. It does not matter which one. All right, so here's one. Let's just do 1, 8. All right, so one possible solution would be X is 1 and Y is 8. Remember we said X is house cleaning, Y is sales. So that would mean 1 house cleaning hour, 8 sales hours. 1 hour house cleaning. And then 8 hours doing sales. All right. I think the other two are very similar. The next one is a little bit tricky. So let's maybe get started together on the next one, and then you guys can do the last half and number 4 all by yourself. Yeah, it's because you get big numbers, but it's not actually hard. All right, watch this. Kate Field is buying plants and soil for her garden. The plants cost $10 each, and soil costs $4 per bag. She wants to buy at least 5. Okay, at least 5 plants. Let me do this as well. Plants are $10. Soil is $4.
That's on you.
All right. She wants to buy at least 5 plants, and she can't spend more than 100. All right, write and solve a system of inequalities that identifies how many plants and bags of soil she can get. Okay, So take like 10 seconds, see if you can fill out these 4 blanks. Notice there's a plant inequality and money inequality. Try it. Just the 4 blanks for now. And then if you're writing in pen, just be ready to cross stuff off because the second one is a little bit tricky.
I'm sure.
I'm coming. Hello. This can be more, yes, and yes, done. This one you're gonna have to edit. Just a tiny bit. But good job.
But to add a number to it.
No, you have to erase the Y. She action represents land growth. You don't need anything about soil. This says nothing about soil. You don't need 5 parts. It should be that's it's at least 5. Yeah, the 19. Smile.
Yes, I smile.
Yes, like this one, like that's next part, but it's talking about how much plants. So you're trying, all right, okay, just take like 30 more seconds, I'm answering one question and then we'll do it. All right, what? Two types of things, that's what they're.
Not greater or less than, stop saying it.
What do you mean? I'm saying the right thing.
No, you're not.
Those are your two things that's.
Or you can answer it. That's the line under here.
So I'd say
If
greater.
you say it's greater than or less than, then it might as well should be like,
Okay, then you're dealing
it doesn't exist.
Okay,
the
so
first thing
greater than.
is that
Or
plant
equal
plus this one.
And then the other
So
one
you
is less
plus that one, and together you don't want to spend more than 100.
Everything makes
There's
so
like a
much more
money.
sense, because I was like, wait,
The money is $10.
paying more, so what?
Okay, so $10 for every plant plus $4 for soil should not be more than 100.
Okay, a lot of people do.
I think I do. Just,
Right, yeah, it should be facing the next one. Nice, really good, except it's not just 10 and 4, it's 10x, 10
just 10.
and then plus 4.
No, I know, not by a quarter.
Then F,
Yeah.
Y, because it's $4 for
We're just
soil.
down 1/4.
And then this one, I think a lot of people probably missed it, but it's telling me that I want at least 5 plants. As in, the number of plants would be greater than 5. The number of plants that should be greater than 5.
So, down 1/4.
Okay, how do I write that as math?
We're doing negative 10. Whoa.
Well.
Nice, okay, so this is good, this is what I think a lot of people get, so because this one is weird, because we don't, we're not talking about soil at all with this, right? It says plants should be bigger than this, so we don't need anything about plants. So it's good. Yeah, straight up, that's good. All right, okay, let's go over these. All right, so hopefully you found out that X should represent the plants you buy, or the plants that Pakefield buys, and then what the soil that Pakefield buys is Y. Then inequality 1, hopefully you all realize that's the money one. What'd you say for inequality 1, anybody? Yeah. Greater than, what'd you say? Oh, nice. You don't want to be spending more than $100 on plants and soil. So good job. That should be your first one. And then what'd you say for your second one? You want to buy at least 5 plants.
Oh my God.
So what's your second inequality? Yeah, what'd you say, It'll?
X is greater than 5.
Nice, really good. Actually greater than or equal to. But yes, good job. A lot of people, I'm guessing, they just said, okay, all of these have had X and Y, so this one should have a Y in there somewhere. But no, you're wrong. It doesn't talk about soil at all. This is just talking about plants. You want to buy at least 5 plants, so the number of plants added should be greater than or equal to 5. All right, one last thing I'll do with you guys is graph this, because do you guys remember how to graph this?
Yes.
How?
It's a straight line.
Yeah, which, like this way or this way? You're a beast.
Wait, never mind.
No, it's the opposite of what you think. I know why you're saying X, because X is this axis, so it must be this way. But it's the opposite of what you think. If you want all the X values at 5, that would be this is the X value of 5, this is an X value of 5, this one, this one, this one. All of these have an X value of 5.
Sorry for my words.
So up and down.
I'm not that person.
And then this is telling me I want all the X values greater than 5. So which side do I shade? I heard above, I heard right, and I heard left.
They're all, what do you call above?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying above.
Which piece of paper and say
Yes,
above.
yes.
It should be the right side. Which ones are the X? Listen. Which ones give you X values bigger than 5? Well, that would be these numbers.
Use.
All right, now you guys still have to graph this one, shade it, and then answer the stuff, but you guys can handle it. So try 3 and 4, and then just sit and smile. I think I'll end should I end the video? Yeah, I think nobody's gonna watch the video from here. If you're on the video and you want to check your answers, they'll be on the internet. All right, good job, you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell.